Oh, microphone? Are you being funny? Not even. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Reveal It. Because I only play this character now. And there's nothing else in Downpour. It's just Reveal It. You know, I was thinking some people have called the moon percent category some people have called it Ploink percent because you do a bunch of plinks. But I was also thinking, what if I just did Ploink percent, aka what if I tried to do a Ploink in every region? And that's actually that was not the original plan. I was just gonna do moon percent. I think I'll do both actually. I'll do like one run of that and then I'll do moon afterwards. For rivulets, there's actually quite a lot of water in the map. Like 5 pebbles would normally have no water at all, but because of we have access to the conduit system, there is water in 5 pebbles, which means like we have to go there and we have to Ploink. Well, hey, I just stream, you know, on the schedule. You know, honestly, it should be it's your problem to do something when you know that I'm going to be doing a stream, right? Nah. I mean, if you're busy with something, you don't need to watch. So I think pretty much every region has water. Sky Islands, I don't think has any. Does it? Even just a little bit of water is enough, but no, there's no water at all in Sky Islands until it rains. There's none in Chimney either, unless you count the gutter. So there is. There's none in Exterior, but that doesn't really matter because I'm gonna need to go to Pebbles anyway. And then you have Shaded and Industrial and Outskirts and Drainage, Pipe Yard, Garbage, Shoreline, Submerged, and Subterranean. And I think it's only fitting to end it by Ploinking in the Void Sea. Just wait for a Psycho Failure. Is that, That's true. If it floods. But how many rooms flood? And Exterior, I think, Exterior still does not flood at all, right? It's only the electrical storms plus just regular rain on the wall. So there's never, you can never Ploink in Exterior. I guess that does let you Ploink in Sky Islands. Maybe there's some rooms that flood. I can think of one area where it'd be convenient to do that. Let's go to a shelter. Would I want to enable Psycho Failures or Shelter Failures, pre-cycles, just to Ploink in Sky Islands? I feel like it's more fitting just to go with the regions that just have water naturally. If there were like 3 regions that had no water but that could flood, then I guess I would try that. Is the music too loud? It might be. Either way. I never really tell if it's like the stream volume or if it's my own volume that's too high. Do I want to do that right now? I could do some moon percent attempts. I feel like I still want to call it moon percent. Because that's obviously what the goal is. Just to get to moon. Plus... Technically, percent is not part of the name. But if you just say moon, it's not obvious that it's a speedrun category. If you say percent, it's like, oh, it's a speedrun that we're doing. You know? I should be recording this. Well, should I? It's not a big deal. I'll record later. Or echo music. The scavenger. Actually was pretty nice. He got my way. So many, it's amazing. There's like 30 leeches in that room. This room is maybe one of the hardest ones in the run, just because the rivet is so hard to control underwater. That was actually really clean though. I should probably focus on moving in straight lines rather than try to go fast, because then you start to go out of control. That was a decent start. I don't have splits, so I don't know what pace I'm on. I always mess that up. Funny, this is actually such a short run. It might actually be the shortest run. Shortest random speedrun at all. Small optimizations do matter. And I need to remember to eat food. And I need to find, like, if I just find any bubble fruit on the floor, just eat it. Just instantly. Okay, not a great start. There's food down there, but I'm not taking that path, of course. There's popcorn in this room, but I'm not going up there, of course. Or I'm not going to wait for the popcorn to pop. No. That was kind of unfortunate. Now, I had some difficulties with the lizards last time. Yeah. There are bat flies. So I want to try to eat the bat flies. I don't think so. Okay, this room. Excuse me. Yep, come through. Yeah, there's enough bubble fruit in this room to like eat at some point. That's such a clean room for no reason. Why are there 20 scavengers here? Oh, that was close. If I can actually, since I ate food, I can do the Ploink in this room. I mess it up. Okay, room for improvement. We could probably do a water bounce in that room somehow. There's some sort of setup, like holding down or, you know, some combination of buttons that makes it work every time. Got no speed off of that jump at all. Okay. What word is that? What what language is that? Okay, impossible Ploink in next room. No way. Wait, that was actually like ideal. And that bounce. Earth-shattering typo. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Hard fall too. I forgot to turn off lag. Suffering. That was not a very good angle. Just kidding, it was enough. Okay, that's good enough. Jellyfish. Okay, don't forget to do it in this next room. Okay, mess up every single one of those. And do that. Munch. Munch. Let me turn off lag. So anyone joining in just now, I'm doing moon percent. Or actually, it's just called moon, but I don't want to say that I'm doing moon. I also want to do actual Ploink percent, which is to Ploink in every region. Which I have a route for. It's kind of strange. There's only 2 regions that you can't Ploink in. But if you turn on pre-cycles, then you can Ploink in Sky Islands because some of the rooms flood. I think so. Actually, I guess I haven't confirmed it. I just kind of assumed that some of the rooms flood because it makes sense. But in exterior, there's no way to Ploink at all. I don't think so. I think I'll do that later. For now, I'm gonna work on this. What time am I trying to be? I should have a reference points. $7:22. I think a sub 7 is possible. Just finished Saint. Nice. What do you think? Does it make any sense at all? Okay, thanks for stopping by. Turn the tables. Blow everything up. That was one of the earlier mods for Downpour, wasn't it? I do kind of feel bad for all the mods that I've not looked at all. Like there's some region mods out there, there's some Slick Hat mods that look pretty interesting. Be kind of strange to play one of them right now, right before Watcher. Also, some of the mods are part of the Watcher anyway, right? In some sort of form. Gaz. Stab me. Why am I so bad at this wall bounce that I don't like the scavengers there, so I'm just gonna restart that. I like the part with 5 pebbles and moon. So, if you were here yesterday, you know that I was talking a lot about Rain World stuff, as usual. But specifically, one thing that I was focusing on is the differences between Rain World Vanilla and Downpour. And just a few hours ago, a video was released about the differences between Rain World Vanilla and Downpour. That goes over some of the same things that I was talking about. Isn't that interesting? It's a pretty good video. There's some things that I don't exactly agree with, but that's kind of always going to be the case, isn't it? No, that's a really bad swim boost. Well, I looked away, assuming that I went to the pipe, and I looked back and I was still there. Surely a piano would never fall from the sky directly on my head. That wouldn't ever happen, right? Why can I not grab this fruit? If the stream stops suddenly, I think you would hear it. Actually, it might destroy the setup too, so maybe the stream would just end. Wow, people really save Hunter for last. Oh, wow, okay. Of course, that's bound to happen every once in a while. Because, you know, back in base game, before Downpour, it was just Survivor and then Hunter. And maybe you would play like Monk first, so you'd do Monk and then Survivor and then Hunter, or maybe you'd skip Survivor or whatever. That's what I did. I played Survivor, I didn't do very well. Then I played Monk, then I played Survivor again, then I played Hunter, probably. But most of my time playing Hunter was not the normal like campaign. It was mostly using a mod to disable the cycle counting down, and I would just play, you know, casually. I would not try to go for the objectives. I would just kind of keep going on and on. Yeah, I think that Hunter is not the most difficult in the short term. You know, if your goal is to get from one region to the next, it's probably going to be harder as Spearmaster or as Artificer, right? And maybe Saints, but I think Saints is relatively easy. So, you know, Hunter maybe has a slightly easier time making it from one region to the next, but the problem is that if you mess up, or if you die too much or whatever, it blocks you from beating the game at all, right? And Artificer is like the opposite of that, right? You have infinite attempts. Your karma is irrelevant. You just kind of keep going and going and going until you eventually make it through the brick wall, right? So maybe, like, that's actually a really interesting thing. What, I guess difficulty is a combination of multiple factors. It's like the length and the just like the moment to moment like difficulty. As well as like how long you have to go between checkpoints. Because a relative, like, imagine Survivor or Monk. Imagine Monk, but you have to beat the game without dying at all. If you die, you go back to the beginning. That's also a pretty difficult campaign. I'd argue maybe it'd be harder than, you know, the Hunter or Spearmaster, if you don't know the route to take, right? I think if you know the speedrun routes and you take that, it might not be that bad. Because it's not, it's only like 30 minutes long, right? But like, let's look at like a hypothetical, like platformer or otherwise challenging game. I had turn stores, that's funny. So it's a difficult game, and there's checkpoints. Let's say there's 2 levels. One level has a handful of like extremely precise segments, but tons of checkpoints, right? So you basically do like a handful of super difficult and precise inputs, and then you get a checkpoint and you do the same thing, right? Versus a very long level with, you know, 1 checkpoint in the middle, and that's it. That's all you get. And it's not really that bad, but, you know, if you make a single mistake anywhere, then you're going back to the beginning. Hate that. The most difficult, well, obviously it depends on... It depends. I guess the most difficult one is the one that's the most difficult and the longest. So really difficult, and there's no checkpoints. Nice Ploink. Geometry Dash is actually a game with like difficulty rankings that you can look at. For example, the community has made a ranking of like the most difficult levels, basically. And it actually switches back and forth between like the long and not so difficult ones and the really short but absurdly difficult ones, you know? It goes all over the place. For a while, the trend was really short and really difficult. But then, like, I think it was Tidal Wave. I don't know if it was just Tidal Wave or if it was a combination of levels, but Tidal Wave was still kind of difficult in each individual segment, but way longer. It's like 3 minutes long or something. So compared to those levels that were like, you know, like less than 2 minutes long. Oh, really? I didn't know where I was. It was a step up in difficulty. And now there's like there's more levels that are quite long and difficult. Can you Ploink as any slugcat? No. It is exclusive to rivulets. Because their swimming physics are different. Other slugcats can do a thing where you fall into water and you get like a better swim boost than normal. But it's not the same amount as what rivulet gets. You can bounce off of the water in the right conditions as other slugcats. Seven Red Suns on his way to make the worst possible flick effort to deliver messages. Thank you, Seven Red Suns. Maybe I should just do a slide pounce there. Don't try to E-slide. Interesting spot to land. Sometimes it's hard to tell if the Ploink at this room actually saved time. Come on. Trying to be more... The jellyfish, dude. The jellyfish pulled me back. Pulled me back, man. Oh, nice backflip. If I was expecting that, it would have saved time. Another jetfish, dude. Okay, I can't. I actually can't. Not under these conditions. Okay, that was almost a good run. Points actually were the main problem. And that's the good Ploink when I'm already all the way over here. Poor rivulets. They have so much damage. And yet they move on. Gourmand. New Gourmand fan detected out of like 10 of them. Sorry, I guess you're new around here. I've spent a decent amount of time hating on Gourmand. Probably my least favorite character. Just because they don't really feel good to play. For someone who enjoys speedrun tech and moving around quickly, they require a different playstyle. So I guess you could get used to it. You can enjoy it definitely. But for the playstyle that I already had before playing Gourmand, it's hard to get used to. Plus, I've done speedruns of Gourmand. It's still annoying to like try to optimize their movements because it's like very stop and go. Sometimes you have to slow down, and it's the fastest way to move. Thank you. Like yes, I love speedruns where I don't want to move all the time. Totally makes sense. But I guess if you don't care about speedrunning, as most people probably do, you will enjoy. You'll enjoy Gourmand, maybe. I don't know. I've heard from a lot of even casual players who don't like Gourmand because of the stamina. But think about like Survivor climbing a pole is kind of like an average speed, but you can do a fast pole climb to climb pretty quickly. Gourmand climbs slower naturally, and they can't fast pole climb without running out of stamina instantly. I wish they climb like horribly slow. It's like actually painful how slow they climb if you're exhausted. So it's crazy. I've occasionally watched videos about Minecraft speedrunning, and people play that game so much. Like for such a random game that you would expect to be like unpredictable or like completely luck dependent, people have speedrun the game for so much, or for so long and so much, that they've probably like encountered most situations that you could. Like that's just kind of crazy, because there's now a system of like ranked, like online speedrun, like ranked competitive speedrunning, where you race against someone else. At least I think that's how it works. I don't really know too much. That guy's a spore puff in garbage wastes. Like we're at a point in time where people are doing like speedruns of that game so often. That's really good. That was perfect. What the heck? No, my fruit. I stabbed the fruit with a spear. That's actually a strategy. What if you threw something at these fruits and make them enter the water earlier than normal? So you don't need to wait on them popping. Although usually you can try to grab them, because they fall out of your hand when they pop, but you can try to pick them up instantly. I tried to... That movement is kind of awkward. Oh, good jump there. No ploinks today. You've been permanently banned from ploinking. Oh, garbage race music. It's a little bit late. If I had in-game music turned on, this song would play. Caramel. Just like everything that I dislike. Sorry, I hate caramel lizards. They're the worst. They're like really slow. They never want to move out of your way. Like there's a pipe that you want to go into, and the caramel lizard will just sit there and stare at you. If you get close to them, they'll spit at you. And then they jump in like the wrong direction. When they finally do decide to move. It's like all they want to do is slow you down for no reason, for no benefits themselves either. It's not like they're trying to kill you because they'll miss their jump. Unless you're in a speedrun, then they're 100% accurate, of course. Yeah, at some point you just gotta stop trying to do the point. Like, was that much slower to just swim down there naturally? Just better green lizards. But green lizards are amazing. I know that some of the same things apply to greens and caramels, right? I'm slow. It's hard to swim down like that. But green lizards, they're just chill. They don't even really want to kill you. They're just hanging out, you know? Maybe they'll like try to charge at you, but they're probably gonna miss because they're goofy. And they don't spit at you for no reason from across the room. Strawberry lizards are pretty cool though. Although I've never seen one in my entire life. That's not true, but I don't usually encounter them regularly. It's the Ploink percent music. Right, it's playing in drainage system. Okay, well, the quality of something is not dependent on how many abilities it has. I think the extra abilities make it worse. Plus, I believe green lizards are stronger. They can actually damage other lizards in combat, and they have more health. One leech. And I'm exhausted. Did too many swim boosts. Stop. Yeah, kind of messed up that last room a lot. Yeah, and caramel lizards think they're so special. They have to remove all of the green lizards in the world. So they actively remove the better lizard. And you see them all the time. Nice. That was really bad. You are harmless. Hey guys. Hi spiders. Thanks for getting in the way. Isn't it fun when like 3 creatures come out of a pipe at the same time? The tiniest little Ploink anyone has ever done. Oh, I almost died. I hit the same fruit I was gonna eat. Excuse me. Nice, I actually got the food. I'm so bad at that room. I used to like find the backflip pretty well, but I've lost my ability. Where Ploink? Right here. Nice. That's actually good spacing. Didn't leave me too high up, but I was kind of left in the spot. Left in the perfect spot. Okay, I think that's good. I'm not sure. A decent pace, I think. Who knows? Win again. Guess I should just hold right. But the earlier you let go of all of your inputs, the sooner the gate opens. I could have gone a little bit further. Peek. Like, that was so horizontal. That might have made it all the way to the moon, honestly. If there weren't rooms. Hold on. Lock in. Okay. About 10 seconds faster. Those are pretty good planks. I guess I feel like the rest of the time save is in like garbage waste or drainage. Yeah, drain. This was the one with the pretty bad drainage, right? I almost drowned, and I had a leech on me. Those were like really good Ploinks for like the whole run though. That was kind of crazy. How have the Ploinks been today? They've been great. I'm actually going to go and do more Ploinks. Because I want to actually do a real Ploink percent run. I think my routes... I think I'm going to go outskirts, farmerays. I guess farmerays is kind of a dead end because I don't really want to go to Sky Island. So probably go to farmerays and then leave. Come back to outskirts and then industrial, chimney. But chimney, the gutter is also really out of the way. Well, it's not that bad actually. I could go from drainage straight to chimney. Okay, so there's a like a backwards route. There's no water in Sky Islands unless you want to look for some. I don't think there's any. Previous PB was like 722, and then this was like a 711. I don't know, about like 10 seconds faster. I have to like actually go frame by frame to check the actual time because the timer doesn't stop. I could do a backwards route where I go from drainage to gutter to industrial to outskirts farmerays and then subterranean to shoreline. Shoreline submerged, come back, and then I don't know. Shaded garbage pipe yard? Garbage and pipe yard aren't next to each other. It's in the sky. Well, Pebbles... Okay, I forgot about Pebbles in this route. I would need to go all the way up to Pebbles. I think I'm gonna stick with my original routes. Well, actually, let's not take this too seriously. This is not like this is not a very competitive speedrun, but... So I'll actually try to Ploink as early as I possibly can in each region. So right here. Oh, come on. Really? What? Okay, is it possible? That was not a Ploink. There we go. Oh, there we are. I really went high up, huh? Why is there a dead scavenger? Because Rivet is a little bit devious, a little bit I don't know, they just like mess around. Poor Rivet. They're probably one of my favorite slug cats. But they're also associated with so many other things in the community. Please not be a problem. Oh my goodness. Matrix dodge. Oops. Okay, I'm just kind of making enemies at this point. Yeah, let's get a little... They do get a little quirky at night. Yeah, Rupert is just a bit silly. So I've not like planned out this route that much. We're going to outskirts. What kind of movement was that? I mean, this is right next to garbage waste, so I guess it kind of makes sense. There's a lot of Whoa, that movement, that was pretty nice. Tends to be scavengers here. Yeah, that's the trailer Ploink. First recorded instance of riveted wall pound. Or did I say Ploink? The first recorded instance of riveted wall pouncing is in this room. Or is it in the other room? Shoot. No, I think the other one is in, I don't remember which room it is. The second time riveted is seen wall pouncing is in that room up there. Didn't pick up any of those bat. Oh, actually, here's a spear with 2 bat flies impaled. I guess I'll just take it with me. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't actually need any of those bat flies. Yeah, when you like someone, so you throw a spear at them. Oh, Ploink. Why is it okay? Why can't I Ploink today? Hello. I used up all my good Ploinks earlier. There we go. It'd be nice if I could try to do Ploinks in a way that actually benefited me at all. I'm sure that if I thread the needle, I could go higher up in this room. So actually, I still need to karma farm this abomination. I need to go to farm raise. Maybe the route should be changed, because I kind of need to spend a lot of time here getting karma. Brain damage. Why'd I fall down there? What are you doing here? What? Have I ever seen a scavenger? Right there. Can't you, like, play Minecraft on your browser? Like a really old version of it? I don't know why I did it like that. One more batfly, please. Oh, there's one right there. I guess I could have karma cashed. I don't know. I didn't really feel like doing it. Also, it's already been 7 minutes. So by the time it took for me to get here and eat some food, I would have made it to Moon already. And should I eat here? There's popcorn and farm raise. Hi. That was close. And all of this just to No. Actually, I will eat here. Terraria is pretty good value. It has like thousands of hours of content while being like super cheap if it's on sale. It goes on sale all the time. See, look at this. Look at this mess. Does anyone actually like this? I actually start with a pearl in my stomach, so I didn't even need to do that. Look at this. Look at this. He's. What are you doing? He's just spitting at me. Like, nah, I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna achieve anything in my life. I'm just gonna sit here and spit at you. That's what caramels are like. Why did I do that? That's a great question. I expected him to jump above me, I guess. Oh, that's kind of hype. Yes. Wanted to throw a spear at him, but he got eaten anyway. The caramel heard me. Why are there 3 caramels in that area? It used to be like some pink lizards, some green lizards, you know, a nice mix. With some diversity, and now it's just caramels. Just caramels all the way down. I don't like you. You know how we deal with you? Teach the worm grass, that's what. That's actually almost enough to make it all the way up to the pearl. Here, I helped you in combat. We're best friends now. Why did I do that? We're gonna shelter here. And the only reason we're in farm race is to Ploink. That's it. Oh guys, by the way, you know the Delta news tomorrow? Why might I fall down here? And Silksong, actually. Silksong is really soon, pretty soon. And I died! I fell in the water! Sources said I made it up. Mm-hmm. It's just common knowledge, really. I don't think I need a source. I guess I should hug the wall to cancel fall damage. That wasn't this clean. I guess I should have eaten this first. I was gonna eat it on the way out, but... "17th of April? It's because... Where's that start? Remember, I said I was gonna play Hollow Knight before Silksong releases. Maybe Hollow Knight is the game that I play while we're waiting for everyone to finish the Watcher. Well, finish is... I think there's gonna be a lot more to do than we think. That's my theory. There we go. Is that bad? I should have eaten the caramel flower first, once again. Spider. Hi. It's kind of funny, like, 2 years ago, roughly when I... Oh, great. I really just don't want to right now, okay? So around the time I started streaming, I was thinking about like what kind of games I want to play just to start off with, you know? Of course, you know, Rain World was on the list. Hollow Knight was also on the list. Slow popcorn, goodness. Hollow Knight was on the list because, you know, it looks like it released at any moment. So, basically what I said is, right before Silksong releases, if we get like a release date, I will play Hollow Knight before that in preparation for it, right? So we're still waiting on it. I honestly don't mind. I feel like at some point you just accept it's going to take longer to release than you think, and then you move on with your life, you know? What? Damage, you saved me. Thank you. You did something for once. Where do I want to go now? I guess I want to go to Industrial. Yeah, that's the route. I've heard of Skyrim. I've heard enough about Skyrim, I think. Although I like the idea of a game that is basically just pure RPG mechanics. Like an MMO. Like I've only played one MMO in my life, and it's a very unique one. I like the idea of there being like different roles that you can fulfill in a team. I don't think I've really experienced that kind of thing. Like being a support player or like a ranged DPS or a melee like tanker or whatever, you know. And you know, it's kind of hard to replicate that in a single player game, which is usually what I'm doing. I feel like that kind of thing would be sick. To like work with a team. To progress together and to like kind of carve out your own path independently, but all in a way that it works together, you know? It would have been so good. Okay, we've got a lot of attempts. there's a Ploink in industrial. If anyone's keeping track. Oh, I was so close. This is one of the few rooms that's tall enough to like let you see the full power of a Ploink. And then, you know, I need some angle to it. Why am I feel like I had more consistency with the Ploink. Okay. That was better. That was better. Still not enough speed sideways. I have no randomized cycle duration. That's why cycles are so long. Even though I'm playing Riv. I should probably have changed that, but hey, I finally did it. No, don't die. Don't die now. See, the Karma Lizard had already caught some food. It was holding the centipede in its mouth, and it's still spitting at the other guys. Like, what purpose does that? How does that help you? Really, just like think about it for a second. Scavenger parasites? And it's kind of an interesting idea. I don't think every single iterator needs to have something special about them. That's the kind of thing about stories where the main character is probably special, but not because they're the main character, but because they're the main character because they're special, you know? There's something unique, like, let's say you take the whole world, you give one random person some sort of special abilities. It's not like, wow, it's such a coincidence that our main character got these abilities. No, we're looking at this person because they got the abilities. So the reason Rainworld's story takes place here, in the greater, like, Rainworld world, it's because of the whole story between Moon and Pebbles, right? So we're seeing an outlier. You know, Moon and Pebbles are the outlier where a bunch of stuff happens. Most iterators are probably really boring. Nothing really remarkable happens at all. You know? I tried to pick up that guy, but I missed. That was actually perfect. Anyway, that's the Ploink and Chimney. Time to move on to I think I'm going to Pebbles. Yeah, Pebbles next. Well, there is no. Huh. I guess I'm already here. Well, no, I'm just gonna take the normal route. Is Unparalleled Innocence the one to leak the how do I say this? They shared the images of the rots to a larger group of iterators. Like, hey guys, look at Pebbles, look at how he has cancer. Huh? Something like that. I missed. Can we have time to do that again? I think I still have to Ploink again. Don't actually know their motivation for that. I guess so. I feel like there might not be a motivation. It just is like, you know, one of the overseers just like were scouting around. They saw something. They reported it back to the main iterator, and they're like, "Oh, I should share this," you know, because you know maybe it benefits the group to have as much information as possible. So basically, share every single thing that you see. Maybe, I don't know. This is fun. Fun room to move through. You are awful. Yeah, goodbye. There's just a bunch of iterators that we hear about, but we don't really know anything about, other than maybe a handful of transmissions. Like, oh, that's the iterator that had a random conversation 100 years ago. And most iterators that we hear about are probably within the local group, which, you know, could include some of the iterators that we see in the background when you're standing on the top of the wall, right? You know, one of those might be, you know, no significant harassment or 7 red suns, or you know, one of those ones that's named. Or maybe not. Goodness. Give me a break. That vulture was just staring at me. Like, what was your deal? It is in fact raining. Okay, on to exterior, which I cannot do a Ploink in. So we're gonna go straight to Pebbles, Ploink there, and then leave. I don't think I've ever done a Ploink in 5 Pebbles. Hopefully the low gravity doesn't mess with things. I don't even know if there's a room where there's enough space, but we'll see. We'll find out. Yeah, that there is water inside. We got a passage. A passage would be really nice for submerged, because I don't really want to stay in submerged for that long. So I'll probably want to leave immediately. I did just about the worst. I did that the worst way possible. This is like Five Pebbles is different for rivulets, so you might not be looking at the right map. Do I do the speedrun tech in this room? I'll go for it. Nice. Should I grab the refraction cell? I'm kind of on the story percent route right now, right? So if I wanted to, I could grab the refraction cell and make the rest of this a little bit easier, but honestly, I'm not sure if that would make it easier. And it's quite a detour, because I don't need to go all the way into Five Pebbles. I only need to find some water. That was really close to me dying. Okay, this guy's in the worst spot possible. Hello. DLO, please move anywhere else. Thank you. I should probably get food. I agree. Saint is better. They have more control. Although it's annoying how you can't cancel you can't let go of something without jumping, right? If you want to let go of the tongue, you have to jump. So if you're going downwards, it can be really annoying. The worm is cool too. Grapple worms are great. I should probably look at the map. Where is there a decent amount of water? So it's all on the right side of the map. I should probably shelter. Yeah. Here, while I'm in the shelter, I'll find a good place to plink. There may be one good spot for it. Maybe the only spot. Okay. I have a route. Oh, low gravity. I think at this point I want to go down. I don't know if I've ever been in this area. Maybe a few times. That doesn't go anywhere. Down? Does this go down? Yeah. Oh, is the gravity lower here? No! I finally... Okay, it is possible to Ploink. Not a fan of that outcome. Maybe don't post that many single word messages because it kind of builds up a chat really quickly. Okay, at least I know it is possible to get a Ploink there, right? Oh, what the heck. I think I'll go to the next room over, though, because there seems to be a little bit more space. Moth cats? That's probably already a thing. Is there a slow cat that has magic? Cats. What does that mean? Moths are moth. Oh, that path up there is just death. Summon meteors? That's a lot. Okay, so this is the part of the depths that's impossible to navigate, so... Okay, kinda looks like you just die over here, but these are all fake. Oh. Okay, so I was gonna Ploink in this little pool down here, because there's a lot of space vertically, but... there's rot. Okay, so this is like the worst part. There is a lot of water in these next rooms. I think I sheltered. There's a high chance of death. Do battle cats mention? Slug cat. Have I seen that? Slug cat real. I mean, what a unique idea. In a game where everything is a cat, one of them is bound to be a slug, right? Okay, this room. This is the room. Maybe over here. Okay, Ploink achieved. Ploink achieved. We can get out of here. Triple affirmation. Oh no, I don't want to go down there. The goal is to do a Ploink in every region where I can do a Ploink. So I've just completed the 5 pebbles Ploink. I guess the rots. Okay. I think I have to do another one. Yeah, I want the shelter to lock in. I do a Ploink. Seemed like a good spot. Okay, there we go. Some of them aren't as dramatic as others, but that was a Ploink. Now just be careful about the rot on the floor that I did not see before. Flower. Oh, there's a tentacle reaching out. I did not see that at all. Finally getting out of here. Plenty of food. Okay, that's enough food. Thank you, 5 pebbles, for your brain. And I think I just leave. I can shelter and underhang. Now, I do not have the refraction cell. Hear the depths music? Yep, we're I mean, is it strange? We're in the depths, right? We were in the depths of the rots. Actually, that is I am going to Ploink in the Void Sea. That is the final goal of this run. If you don't want to hear any speculation about the Watcher, I guess you can leave. But I've been thinking a lot about, you know, what parts of Rainworld have been unexplored. Like, where is there more potential like questions that could be answered, you know? I think actually one of them is echoes. And you may think, but echoes were a big part of Saints, right? We already did echoes. Do something else, right? But echoes seem to be omnipresent. They're everywhere. They are. Was it like the end of the cycle? I did not notice. Because I might have, if I was in the rot when it started raining, I would have been fine. But then I would have died instantly when I left the gate. So that's nice. Echoes have some potential, some untapped, so some mysteries, you know. Omni? Something that I've realized that is not great about this game is how many assets there are in the background that look very similar to assets in the foreground. Like, look at all the poles, but only some of them are real that you can grab onto. And if you don't know the map, you might try to grab onto the pole that just isn't real and you'll just die, which is not great. This is fun. Oh, a platform on the background. Or, I guess you wouldn't say this in the background, like, oh, a platform I can jump to. And then you jump in and you're dead. I think I could probably make it all the way down to shaded. On this cycle. Am I crazy or does this look different? Hold on. Oh, looping lightning sound effect in the background. Hello? What is happening? I have a visual cue for this room, but I could not find it. Is that the one in this room? Okay, yeah, that's the one in this room. You fall right here. So I was mixing up the rooms. Oh, that was really close. And also I did that room wrong. Yeah, I'll just take this and I'll be heading out now. Shelter here before I die to a Ploink in memory grid. Although I think I don't want to do the memory crypts Ploink because it's very bad. I'll just wait until I get into shaded. Nice turn storage. No, I forgot. I think it because I'm not doing a story percent run. I'm like forgetting how to do it. I'm not in the right mindset. Oh, hold on. Oh, the camera. No, it happened again, man. I spent so much time plinking in Shoreline, I assume I could just do it without consequence. It's actually safer to plink into a ceiling, actually. Where Refraction saw, I left it behind. I forgot. I got scared. No item. Okay, let's not do a plank here. Let's just wait until the room I was gonna do it in the first place. Okay. Rivet is not balling. Doing this room the normal way is kind of sad. Should I shelter? It's like this should be totally safe, right? I don't know. I feel like every time I've thought that, I've died to it. Just like do a plug in like a really weird spot, like right here. Okay, I don't really want to count that. There we go. See, that's way safer. Bonk. Where do we go from here? What's my routes? I kind of forgot. So we're in shaded. I need to get to submerged eventually. Pipe yard and garbage waste are going to be annoying. Yeah, I could go shaded, garbage, shoreline submerged, passage back to shoreline, then pipe yard. Ploink yard. Nothing could go wrong with Ploink. We've seen it go wrong like 3 times. Maybe 4, actually. Actually, yeah, 4 times so far. I could go through Pipe Yard. Of course, that does eventually lead to Subterranean. But I don't like that. I think but do I want to go to Garbage Waste? I'm actually pretty close to Garbage Waste right now. Yeah, sure. I don't even know what that was. I think that was a Ploink. The wrong way. Don't do it. So there's some really funny movement here. It's like a really weird route to take. Shaded Bridge 2. No, my movement. Do the scavengers hate me? I think the scavengers hate me. Sheltered here to lock in the shaded Ploink. Is 6 grains of gravel the one at the top of the wall? Means like we found a way. It can all fade away. Some stuff like that. It's kind of funny that he says that because he's an Echo now. Like, we found a way to ascend. Not me though. I'm still stuck. Not gonna mention that though. The movement is such a mess sometimes. So I think I can actually do a Ploink in this room right here. Absolutely. Leech is gonna go on a ride. Oh, not quite. I think those kind of Ploinks are not very satisfying unless you want like it to be more controlled. Okay, I'll maybe do the Ploink from up here. Nope. There we go. That's the Garbage Wastes Ploink. But I'll probably do another Ploink later. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Hey, dude. I actually almost got grabbed by that guy. Which would have been sad. Oops. So we can just grab a pearl here and use it to trade the toll. You know what's funny? I just realized there's probably going to be arena unlocked for the Watcher. I didn't think about that at all. If there's new creatures and items or whatever, there's going to be new arena unlocks and new stuff in the arena mode. That's funny. Yeah, that doesn't work. I don't know why I shouldn't do that anyway. Where are we going? We are going to Shoreline, which is not in this direction. Have you ever killed that scavenger troll while playing as a red centipede? No. Funny idea though. Doesn't this feel familiar? I feel like I've been here before. So strange. Top path and bottom path are basically the same exact time. Thank you, that one guy. For seeing it. I went through room by room and timed them, and they're like within like a second of each other. So yeah, I'd recommend top path. And I don't know, maybe 520 is better than 502. I don't have food. There's food in the next room. So we're here in the Ploink land. We gotta get to submerged. So that's the main goal. Not to blow up. Not this time. And then I guess we go to Pipe Yard. I don't know if I want to go through Pipe... I really would rather not go through Pipe Yard, so I'm probably gonna enter Pipe Yard, Ploink, and then just leave, and then go to Subterranean... Yeah, go to Subterranean through... Or from Shoreline. Can you plug in the Void Sea? Yes. It's actually a time loss in like pilgrimage percent. Or any percent, I guess. Like I've done it before, accidentally plinking and you're like, shoot, I didn't wanna go into space, I'm trying to go down. You know. Unless you could like try to plink downwards, that would be a time save. Okay, I suppose. I don't know what happened there. A lot of style points. So true. Yeah, you can plink in any direction, really. Whoops, I forgot the movements. Like, I can actually try to plink. Like, that was this very sideways plink, right? There's fruit in the room where I'm going. How does one make onions? I don't know, be an onion? Probably. Okay, and we're actually not gonna go in that direction. Oh, come on, I can't do this. Tragedy. Yeah, sorry, man. We have more important things to worry about. I probably should have sheltered somewhere where I could passage back to quickly. I guess this will do. But I actually don't need to sleep. I can just enter it. Honestly, if I could do this efficiently, I'd enter, submerge, do Ploink, and then shelter, and then passage. Do it all in one cycle. Yep, we're heading to submerge. It's included in every single region, right? This guy is not great. Obviously, it's in the name. It's submerged. It's kind of hard to... oh, I can Ploink right here. And here's the shelter. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? Honestly, a passage doesn't even save that time. I kind of assumed I need to go further into the region. Yeah, there's kind of like an entire... like an entire iterator structure on top of you right now. Or on top of me. I don't think you guys are also playing the game and are in this region. So I think that there's some more optimal routes that I could have taken where I sheltered closer to subterranean. And it's also pretty close to Pipe Yard too. Shoreline right here. So this saves just a little bit of time, I guess. It's not a big improvement. There's probably better places to use passages. Like maybe passaging back to drainage system and then going from there to like to garbage to shaded to shoreline instead of going down the leg after pebbles. Just kind of made that up on the spot, so who knows. I can't. So when Downpour released, some people were working on a like Gormont Story Percent was a run that some people thought about looking at, and or was it Gormont Story? Some run that went to Outer Expanse, and I knew that that Downpour added a new path that you could take to get from the right side of Subterranean to the left side, right? I knew about that path. So that's the path that I took. I went from like industrial to you know, outskirts drainage, filtration system, and then I feel like it's only fitting to do a Ploink in this room, right? Filtration, subterranean, and then go to Outer Expanse from there. But some people didn't know that. They took the farm raise routes just because they didn't know about those rooms, right? This kind of situation is going to happen a lot with the Watcher. People are going to be routing the speedrun and be like, oh, I didn't know about that region, or I didn't know about that connection from here to there. It's going to be a mess, but it's going to be amazing. No, we're going in this direction. Abomination. Get. Let go. Come on, reveal it. Need to learn when to let go. to move on from the past. No interactive map? Honestly, whoever makes those, tell them to like not release it for like a month or two, honestly. I guess it did take a while for the downpour maps to come out. The rivulet route actually changed a lot in the first few months. I think we first like went up the wall to fight pebbles, and then we went down the wall to get to shaded. That's how we got the shoreline. Anyway, we're already done here in Pipe Yard. I don't think it's worth passaging. It's probably faster just to go back the way I came. You know what's also crazy? I don't know what I'm comparing this to. The Watcher might have a completely new OST. Really? Okay, good job. Like, think about Downpour. It still takes place in the same map as Vanilla. So all the same regions and songs are there. And some of the new regions, like Pipe Yard, got songs that were not included in base game, right? Some unused music was reused for Downpour, right? That's so much music. That's a lot of music to make. Yeah, you're correct about that. He's probably working on part of the OST. Hello, Abomination. Please come over this way. Let me know if you'd like to be referred to as something else. And here we are. We're already like close to Subterranean right now. I should probably get food. Did the water suddenly change color? It's like green now. How does one Ploink? You jump into the water, hold down, and press jump right when you enter it. You need to have enough height. Or I guess you need enough speed when entering the water. And you can't hold down too early. Okay, here's the last region. Technically, the depths is part of Subterranean. I think it's fitting to Ploink in Subterranean and then Ploink in the depths. at the Void Sea. So I'm going to do both of them. Did I get the Wanderer passage is something I want to check right now. Because I should have been to... Well, I didn't go to Sky Islands, so I might be missing just that one. Okay, there's 2 regions missing. If anyone knows these Wanderer pips, I can check. Sky Islands is one of them. And... I don't know. Garbage wastes? I did shelter in garbage waste though, right? Or did I shelter in the... I think I sheltered in the shaded gate. And then I went through garbage waste and I sheltered in shoreline. Oh well. It is kind of annoying that you need to shelter for it to count, for Wanderer to count. I guess it needs to be difficult. And classic subterranean lag is here. Get away from me. Imagine if I got eaten by the Leviathan here. Alright. 1 Ploink remaining. Yeah, there's the Whiplash version. Wait! Oh, okay. Yep. Big centipede moments. No, I tried to get a wall pounce. Well, karma doesn't matter anyways. Time does though. Oops. Nice one. There's way less dropwicks here than normal. Like, I'm used to at least like 5 dropwicks in this one little area. Okay, there's still centipedes, so... Yeah, good job. Excuse me. Just passing by. Here to Ploink. Boy, That was close. Yeah, scavengers have not been a fan of me. I have paid for a lot of tolls, but I've also... What did I do? Actually, have I done anything bad? I've just traded... I've just given them pearls, really. By the way, I wouldn't recommend jumping down here without checking the map first. I fear nothing. As in, I had already done the jump. I didn't have time to react and run away. Oh shoot! I don't have any karma. I can't. How am I gonna get past the guardians? Whoops. Well, I'll try a rock skip or something. Yep, I'm a slick hat. How is that a wall pounce? No pups to sacrifice, unfortunately. And how many people, like... There's probably plenty of people who don't know about that skip. You can use slug pups to get past the guardians, but it does kill the slug pup, I believe. I'm pretty sure it does. I actually haven't seen the skip myself. I just kind of assume that's part of the process. Okay, well, I have done rock skip before as Rivulet. It's easier as Rivulets. Oh, we're already out of filtration. I guess if I was planning to go to the depth the whole time, I should have routed in some echoes. I did pass like the chimney echo, the shaded echo, the farmer's echo was pretty close, but you know, I just didn't really think about it, and then here we are. But Rivulet Depths is actually kind of fun. Because you're just naturally fast. I think you only need a single slug pup. And there's a way to get one to spawn consistently. Because it's based on the time that you enter a shelter. So if you sleep at the same time, it's like at 1 minute 50 seconds or something like that. If you always sleep at exactly that time, a slug pup will show up at another specific location. That just happens to line up with the route perfectly. So you're pretty much guaranteed to find a slug pup exactly where you want them. Okay, I haven't done this in a long time. Shoot, did I mess it up? Yep. Well, they're not dead until you get to the Guardians, you just keep them on your back, and they just chill. They don't really influence the run at all, until you get to the Guardians, and you sacrifice them. Whoops, I accidentally stabbed that guy. Hope you're okay. Explosion in the distance. Yeah, there's no select props for review that. I should probably go watch the any % run to see how the select or the rock skip is done. I'm not using a select prop. I'm not thinking about that. What am I doing? I tried to come up with some movement there, but I didn't find anything. Okay, time to reference the speedrun. I hate speedrun.com. Isn't it cool when you enter a website and then you go to click on something, but then ads show up and everything shifts down all of a sudden? So you click on the wrong thing. Isn't that cool? So rock skip. Oh, they do it completely differently than what I was expecting. Well, it's very RNG. That's not a real sentence. It's very random. It's likely that I won't get this for a while. No! Get me back there. Okay. I will make it to the Void Sea. I'm not gonna go and get echoes. We're already down infiltration, you know. Even without that, speedrun.com has a whole lot of its own problems. Like, it's really hard to customize anything as a moderator. Asking the Guardians. I'll just ask them. Be like, please let me through. I'm not even trying to ascend, you know. I just want to touch the void. Wait, can I escape? Do we want to try? Do we want to try to escape the depths? Actually, the Guardians will probably not be happy about that. But they try to kick you out anyway, right? So they're just gonna help me. Although if it's raining, I'm rivulous, right? So I can just breathe. Yeah, they kill you if you mess around too much. Nice, that's kind of clean. I think it might actually be, I'm doing a pounce. Okay, they're, oh. I don't know if I can try again now that they're mad at me. Yeah, okay, understandable. I didn't expect this to become a rock skip speedrun. Or, yeah. Just wait for them to die of old age. I mean, we don't really know how old the Guardians are, right? So they could already be very old and not age at all. That was awful. Nice arguments, bonk, 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 bonk. It's funny that that's how the Guardians kill you. It's not like a what 5 Pebbles does. It's not like any sort of magic or whatever. They just, well, I guess the magic is that it's not really magic. I mean, how do they do that? It's just some advanced technology that the ancients had. Telekinesis. I guess Pebbles can do it too, you know. Nah, I'm good. I wasn't nearly as good. I assume that the Guardians are made by the Ancients. Everything else in this area seems to be made by them, right? How would they build, how would they construct all of this around the Guardians? Oh. No! I was so close. Come on, man. Look, all I want to do is Ploink in the soup. The mouse, the cursor drag, that's what they're doing. Fortunately, creatures don't die to fall damage, so it's only effective on slug cats. Actually, can the Guardians kill other creatures? Because I guess they wouldn't if it's just physics damage that's killing you. But you know, you don't really see other creatures interact with with Guardians. I know that hazers die, but they just kind of do that naturally, right? I don't know if it's the Guardians that's killing them or... No, it definitely is just them dying on their own. I don't know if I've seen any other creatures try to get past the Guardians. Guardians actually take their job seriously. Yeah, they're pretty good at guarding. guess the iterators, maybe they're good at iterating. We don't really know. But they haven't really solved anything, have they? They have made a bunch of funny slow cuts, though. So the iterators at least know how to do one thing. You know, at this point, it probably would be easier to just grab a creature and use that to do the guardian skip. Why are you doing that? Whoops. Oops. Sorry. Shoot. I hope that didn't mess up that attempt. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean to. Me when I lie. Oh? No, I overshot it. Go down. No! It's right there. Oh well. Well, the rest of that was pretty cool. If that was a speedrun and you actually like didn't die a whole lot and you had a good routes, maybe that'd be like an hour long. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the stream. Realistically, I should have just gotten some echoes. I just like wasn't thinking about it at all. So we have one more stream. One more stream before the Watcher. So if you don't know the plan, which you probably do, if for anyone who's been watching the streams for the past like any time at all, I'm going to, the moment I have access to the Watcher, I'm going to play it. I'm not going to stream it though. I'm going to record it and eventually upload it onto this channel with some editing, probably limited editing. I mean, just like cutting out like really like slower repetitive parts. Like if I die repeatedly and I'm just like walking back to the place that I died, I might just cut that out. But I want to keep it roughly unedited. I don't want to stream it because for anyone who wants to play the game or play the DLC themselves without spoilers, they're not going to want to watch the stream, of course. So I don't want to feel like people are missing out. Like, oh, I want to watch the stream, but I don't want spoilers. Like, I don't want any of that. I also don't want people to like accidentally spoil the game for me. If, you know, let's say I play and I go left and someone else, you know, when they start the Watcher, they go right. And they're like, yo, if you go right, there's this and this and this. And I'm like, don't tell me, I'll get there later, you know? So I'm not gonna stream. I'm not gonna stream at all. Like, for at least a week, I think. And if I do stream, I don't think I want to play Rain Rule because people are only gonna want to talk about the Watcher. And I think I still want people to give people some time to experience, you know, what there is in the DLC. Maybe like 2 weeks after Watcher comes out, I'll stream it for, you know, a variety of stuff. Maybe speedruns. But, you know, we'll just have to see what the speedrun looks like. I might stream... I mean, Hollow Knight is a possibility. If on, like, April, like, 2nd, is that the date? Or is it April 1st? It'd be kind of funny if it was April 1st, but April 2nd might be the date. So somewhere around then, there might be some Silksong news. In which case, I'll be cursed to play Hollow Knight. This time for real. Finally, we've been waiting so long. Or not, as always. Or maybe I'll do something like Hogmine. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But yeah. And, you know, I don't have the most experience, like, editing or even just like recording. So who knows what what the experience is going to be like for me. What if I play for like 20 hours? So how am I going to edit that entire thing? So it might take a long time for me to release the video, but I'd ideally like to release it within like a week or two. I'll just have to really focus on editing. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. See ya.